What's up, guys? It's Jades Corner back here again for a brand new Wolfpack related video. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering episodes 5 through 7 just in time for tomorrow's season 1 finale. So if you guys are ready for my opinions on episodes 5, 6, and 7, stick around for the rest of the video. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to start with episode 5 right off the bat. This episode, I think, was called Incendiary, if I remember correctly. This is the episode where they have the big pool party. Yeah, this is the episode where the pool party takes place. And this episode, in my opinion, is probably down there with episode 2. This episode, to be honest, gave me my worst fear with this show. And I mentioned this last year when I was talking about things I don't want to happen in Wolfpack. One of the biggest things, which I was hoping would not make it in the show, but I was kind of always going to expect it to be there just because this is how Hollywood works now, and they cannot seem to get away from this shit even if you fucking put, I don't know, a gun to their head or whatever, and you're like, get it out of the show. They won't do it. I don't know why. It's literally killing everything, movies, TV shows. They don't learn their lesson. And that's including identity politics and woke ideology into TV shows in general. Like, we've seen this happen with She-Hulk, flop. We've seen this happen with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, literally flopped and is going to flop. And we see it happen. We've been seeing it happen for years now all over Hollywood. And I was just hoping it wouldn't happen with Wolfpack. We lucked out with Teen Wolf the movie. There was no identity politics, no woke stuff in Teen Wolf the movie. So we lucked out there, but Wolfpack was not saved from this. In episode 5, there was one line, and it was a line that stood out. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I was like, really? That, like, every other line in the episode was fine until we got there, and that line did not need to be added into the show at all whatsoever. I promise you it didn't. If you take that line out of the show, or out of that episode rather, sorry, I kept saying show, but out of that episode, it would not change the episode at all. The episode would have still gone on the same way. That line did not need to be in there. And it was added in there for obvious reasons. If you have an IQ that's above room temperature and you noticed it right off the bat, like I did. I know a couple of people in my Discord noticed it too. And we were all talking about it. Some people disagreed with me. To be honest, I don't care. I'm entitled to my opinion. Whether you think it's right or wrong, I quite frankly don't care. Of course, I'm entitled to it. So yeah, it was bad. And the rest of the episode was just kind of mid. Like, I wasn't really feeling the party aside from that. Like, the party was okay. Kind of weird. Like, you had some cool scenes with Blake and Everett here and there. And you had, like, one interaction with Blake. Not Blake. Everett and Luna, which was cool because we barely get any scenes with them together alone, which is very nice to see. But other than that, not much else going on in this episode. And of course, the best part, like all these damn episodes of Wolfpack, is the ending. It's usually the beginning or ending for these episodes of this show that are usually the best parts of the episode. When the wolf attacks Austin in the pool, and then all the kids run inside the house, and the wolf is present at the house and is kind of stalking all of them. So yeah, that's episode 5, Incendiary. Episode 6 is titled After Party. Now, of episode 5, 6, and 7, I do think that this is, in my opinion, the best episode of the 3. This episode was very good. We learned a lot about the werewolves in this episode. This is also the episode that Deucalion from Teen Wolf, Gideon Emery, makes his appearance. This cameo was extremely overhyped by Teen Wolf News. Like, no disrespect to him, but he overhyped the hell out of this cameo. And in my opinion, the cameo, it was okay. It was just him kind of telling the backstory of the wildfire and stuff like that, and giving him information on more of the werewolf and whatnot. It wasn't really a cameo that was all too exciting, to be honest. Although it was nice to see him again because it had been a minute since I've seen him in anything. And I do really like Gideon Emery. He's a good-ass actor. So, yeah. But other than that, this episode, it kind of wrapped up the stuff from episode 5. That's kind of what, like, the first 20, 30 minutes of the beginning of this episode was. It was kind of finding the wolf. Kind of dealing with the ramifications of in episode 5 was the twist where Ramsey ended up being a bad guy. So yeah, I guess that's something to put in there too. But kind of followed up on that as well, with Garrett being more suspicious of Ramsey. And yeah, episode 6 was very enjoyable in my opinion. So this episode was definitely better than episode 5, and it's definitely better than episode 7 in my opinion. And speaking of the next episode, the last episode we're going to get into in this video is episode 7, Lion's Breath. Quite possibly up there for the worst episode or second worst episode in this entire season. The opening of this episode is quite frankly some of the worst shit I've seen in any television show for a while. We're talking MCU, we're talking any streaming service show like Netflix, whatnot. The opening for this episode was really bad, with some of the worst special effects I think I've seen in a hot minute from anything. And that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth while watching this episode. There were some good moments. They finally paid off the Luna and Austin stuff, which was nice to see, because I kind of liked that build-up. That was probably one of the only build-ups I liked that they were building towards for the whole season. I liked it being paid off here. But of course, their first date, sort of, in a way. In my opinion, I think that the Blake and Everett relationship is extremely rushed. I don't think those two characters needed to get in a relationship at all. I feel like they just paired those two characters together just to, have the whole Scott and Allison thing from Teen Wolf again, but it doesn't work nearly as well here, in my opinion, as it did in Teen Wolf. And the best part of this episode, once again, much like with all these other episodes of Wolfpack, is when the werewolf comes and the action starts. And the reason why I say that is because there's barely any action in this show, which is a huge no-no for a werewolf show. How do you have a werewolf show and there's barely any action with any of the werewolves? Like, they didn't even transform on screen fully until episode 6, bro. That's bad. That's really bad. And for an 8-episode run of a season, you cannot have that. Like, the slow pace bullshit, you can't have that. It has to be fast. It has to be grounded in the middle, where it's both fast and slow. It can't be completely slow like most of this first season was, in my opinion. And yeah, the ending was the best part, where the pack all finally worked together to take down Baron, who was revealed to be one of the werewolves. And then we got the backstory that Ramsey is also a werewolf herself, which is something I think that all of us easily predicted after episode 6, especially when we saw her talking to Baron in his werewolf form. We all kind of speculated, okay, is she a werewolf too? And episode 7's backstory on her kind of confirmed that. So yeah, episode 7's really bad, aside from the ending. I thought it was good at first, but we had some discussions about it in my Discord, and a couple of us universally agreed that that shit was horrible. So yeah, I'm gonna rank the episodes now from least favorite to favorite of mine. Episode 7 is gonna go at the bottom, then it's gonna be episode 5, then it's gonna be episode 6 at the top for the best of these 3 episodes. So if you guys enjoyed my thoughts and opinions on Wolfpack episode 5, 6, and 7, leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel. Channel numbers have been down. I'm trying to get them back up as I come back to YouTube slowly each week, producing more content. Can't wait till the summer comes. I'll be able to post more and more content every single day, hopefully. But yeah, we're getting back into the swing of things continuously, putting out 1 to 2, 3 videos at most a week. I will be doing a reaction to episode 8 of Wolfpack, much like episode 1. So if you guys are looking forward to that, make sure you guys have your notifications on when you subscribe to the channel, and set them to all so that you get notified when that video drops. My notifications have been all over the place. I know I asked a couple of people, are notifications working for everybody? Some of you guys say you get notified like hours after my video drops. So just check back in every day, at least once a day if you can, because I'm posting videos regularly now, or at least I'm trying to. So yeah, other than that, make sure you guys also follow me on my social medias in the description down below if you guys want. I have my Instagram for both my Jades Corner, this, and then my True Alpha, which is my Instagram for my book. So if you guys want to also support my book series, you can go to the wiki, which is in the description down below. Look up any information you want on that. It's all there on our Microsoft OneNote. And you guys can also read the series now for $5 on the beta tier in chapter format on Patreon. The full book, at least the digital version for Patreon readers, will be out in June, and it will be out in paperback and hardcover at a later date on Amazon. That date will be announced sooner or later when I get stuff figured out. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, and see you tomorrow for the Wolfpack Season 1 review, Wolfpack Season 1 Episode 8 review, and Wolfpack Season 1 Episode 8 reaction. This is Jade, signing off. See you guys in the next video. Peace.